Hello friends, welcome to ProTalent and I'm Nitin Parmar. I welcome you all for this current affair module. My dear students, आपने सुना होगा that people are saying that 21st century will be the century for India. India will grow in a big way. India will become the next superpower. My dear students, we have a dream to become, you can say, 5 trillion economy by 2025. So we have all the necessary, you can say, dream, and we expect us to grow in a big way. Yes or no? But those economic growth are not converted into people's capability. So the country like India, which is having huge resources of humans, and this human development is not growing well, then that's a problem. So my dear students, we are bringing this Human Development Index provided by United Nations Development Program. उनके रिपोर्ट के मुताबिक 2019 का जो HDI है, so India ranked at 131 out of 189 countries. ठीक है, now that is really bad. So there are a lot of factors. Let's understand. So a country which has more population will definitely have a lesser, you can say, human development index. This is how it is expected, it is assumed. Okay, but दोस्तों मेरा मानना है कि विचार सही नहीं है. We have to look at people as the resources and ensure their development. If we are able to reach to their development, possibly will be in a position to grow in a better manner. So आज के इस सेशन में हम बात करने वाले HDR रिपोर्ट 2020 यूनाइटेड नेशन डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम ने जो सबमिट किया, उसके अंदर they have introduced one more, you can say, parameter this time, which is called, you can say, climate change affected HDI, which is called planetary pressure adjusted human development index. Okay, so India today is 131, 2 steps down compared to previous 2018 ka ranking. So this is not a good idea. Okay, what are the various parameters? One, you can say inequality adjusted human development, gender development index, gender inequality index, and multidimensional poverty in index. So one, which is planetary pressure. With that, there are these 4 parameters. Total 5 parameters on which they identify this human development index. So HDI emphasizes people and their capabilities should be the ultimate criteria for assessing the growth and development of a country, not just the economic growth. This is very crucial. Yes or no? So what are the basic dimensions for human development? One, the long and healthy life of the people, access to knowledge and decent standard of living. These are the parameters. Okay. Now, if a country looks at people as their resources and possibly tries to work on giving a proper support like health, education, okay, and a good standard of living, possibly the country will be in a position to grow economically in a right manner. So this is very crucial. Which are the top performers? Generally, you will see the countries with less number of population, which is less people in the country, are the top performers, like Norway, followed by Ireland, Switzerland, Hong Kong, and Iceland. Okay, agreed. They are having good human development index. Okay, primarily because they have less population. Okay, we understand it, but I see from a different angle. When we have more population, let's see that's an opportunity where we can possibly train them in a right manner, emphasize a lot on their education, on their health. Okay, look at the recent, we can say, NFHS data. Okay, it is showing a very bad situation. Okay, people may argue that the this kind of, you can say, data which we are getting, it is because of the past government's problems, and we have a new government, we have a new leadership. But believe me, my dear students, this NFHS data is the data of past 5 years, which is of the current government. Okay, so that means it is not dependent on any specific government. Okay, it is overall the problem of our country. We need right leadership. We need right problems to be addressed and right solutions to be provided. Our country's problems are not love jihad. Our country's problems are not the Citizenship Amendment Act. Our country's problem is not just Jammu Kashmir. Our country's problems are bigger than that. Okay, we have to understand that. Okay, human development index is a big issue for us. We have to make this as a political agenda. Anyway, coming back to our Asian countries, which kind of countries are doing good? Singapore is at number 11, Saudi Arabia at number 40, Malaysia at 62. So they are in the top brackets. This Asian countries. So it is not that the Asian countries are not in the top. No, it is not like that. Okay, okay. Even if you consider the Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, they are at a different stage of their development. It is also not a scenario where we can say these countries have been, we can say, developed since so many years. No, their development stages are very different. Okay, well, if you look at Sri Lanka, Thailand, China, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, okay, they have, you can say, generally considered as, you can say, high human development countries in terms of their population. They are more. Obviously, when we talk about Vietnam, okay, when we talk about Philippines and Indonesia, okay, they are obviously at low numbers, but I hope you understand that they are better than what we are doing today. Okay, so that means it is becoming reasonably challenging for India to prove themselves. Okay, so we are, along with Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, Cambodia, and Pakistan, we are in medium human development ranks, which is 120 to 156. Okay, out of 189, we being in 131, that is really a bad scenario. Okay, and going down, slipping down is a bad issue. So where we fault, what was our fault, है ना, कहाँ पे हम गलत हो गए? So primarily, if you talk about HDI of India between 1990 and 2019, HDI value has increased from 0.429 to 0.645. So these are the kind of decades. Okay, so we are talking about in the last 30 decades. So 3 decades. So last 30 years we have improved by 50% on our HDI. So which takes time. I understand human development part will take time, but 30 years is quite long time, and just 50% increment is quite less. Okay, so what about long and healthy life? India's life expectancy, you can say, rate at birth was 69.7. ठीक है, जो अगर हम बात करें इंडिया का खुद का 1990 के कंपैरिजन में, it has increased by 11.8 years. So that means आज से कुछ साल पहले, that is 30 years back, people were, we can say, living at an average age of possibly some around 58 years. Today people are living at 70 years. ठीक है, I don't understand those argument कि पुराने जमाने में लोग 100 साल जीते थे. ठीक है, I don't agree with that idea. But anyway, looking at these numbers, 58 years to 70 years is a good number. ठीक है, this is a clear cut good thumbs up. I think this is a good thing. While access to knowledge is very interesting, the expected years of schooling in India was 12.2 years compared with 11.2 years in Bangladesh, 8.3 years in Pakistan, and effectively you can say between this 30 years the mean year of schooling has increased by 3.5 years. But isn't it quite less? Okay, we could have improved it. Okay, possibly by 4.5 years or possibly 5.5 years. The important part is this access to knowledge where we might not have worked well. Okay, a decent standard of living के बारे में हम बात करें, so this is where the issue is. So for example, per capita income, okay, per capita income of India is $6,000. ठीक है, which is fed better than many other countries. ठीक है, this is really a good, which is some around, you can say, 273, that is 274% more in last 30 years. ठीक है, but my dear students, ये जो changes है ना, ठीक है, ये जो चेंजेस है उसमें एक टाइम पीरियड था, ये एलपीजी का, उस एलपीजी में 2011 में जो बेनिफिट आना चालू हुआ उसकी वजह से ये ग्रोथ हुआ. यस और नो? ठीक है. सो दोस्तों ये समझना जरूरी है that the kind of comparison is not happening in a right manner. Talk about last 10 years, what was a big change? ठीक है, this is what we have to understand. ठीक है, while if we talk about this planetary pressure adjusted HDI, which means whatever is happening with the climate change, how well the government is responding to that issue, this is very important. हम कितना कार्बन फुटप्रिंट छोड़ के जाते हैं उसके बारे में अगर हम बात करें तो टॉप कंट्री इज नॉर्वे. ठीक है, ओके, दैट इज इन टॉप पार्ट. ठीक है, इट फॉल्स 15 places. If metric is used, leaving Ireland at the top of the table. So if we use this planetary measure, then possibly Ireland will come at the top post than the Norway. ठीक है, US 17th rank पे, Canada 16th rank, they will fall by so many numbers अगर वो इस तरीके से planetary pressure को गिना जाए, because Canada and USA are you can say putting a lot of pressure on natural resources. ठीक है, even Gulf states will fall steeply. China would drop by 16 from their current position. So that way India's performance would be better. We will possibly go up by 8 places here. So this is the parameters which changes everything. We have to be very careful about it. Okay, so we signed Paris Agreement. We said by 2030 we will reduce our carbon emission per GDP by 33 to 35%, which is very huge. We will also increase our solar capacity, okay, and that is from 2.6 gigawatt to 30 gigawatt. We have achieved great thing in this time period. Okay, so we have achieved our target of 20 gigawatt by 2019. Okay, so this is wonderful. India ranked 5th for installed solar capacity, and we have a good national solar mission. So due to all these factors we would possibly go up, but however few other areas we have to ensure that we are doing good. For example, inequalities, we are not doing good in our country. Inequalities is a bad issue. ठीक है, they are not providing equality to people. ठीक है, similarly for gender development part they are going down. Okay, this is really a bad issue. The world average is 0.943 and we are at 0.820. ठीक है, in the world the gender development is taking in a big way. In our country gender development is not happening in a right manner. Gender inequality index and we are at 123. ठीक है, last year we were at 122. So reproductive health, empowerment and few you can say aspects in labor market, we are not helping. ठीक है, our women folks, if we are not helping them, ठीक है, believe me the social status of our country will not grow. Okay, our economic development depends on the women as well. ठीक है, recently there was a research which told that during Harappa civilization, ठीक है, majority women were the working, and thereby if we do not respect this gender in their working part and give equality, overall we don't have a future to grow in a big way. Okay, so this is very important. Similarly if we talk about multidimensional poverty index, ठीक है, this is we are looking at depriving people for getting those benefits. So many developing countries like India, they have poor health, poor education standard, poor standard of living, and there India's you can say multi poverty index, okay, is definitely not a good idea. Okay, so in India 27.9% of the population, okay, are multi-dimensionally poor, while additionally 19.3 are classified as vulnerable to multidimensional poverty, which means these people will have a bad future because of this COVID-19. Yes or no? Because I think they are vulnerable, and this COVID-19 climate change scenario, ठीक है, will actually bring lot of pressure on these people. Government must proactively work for this kind of parameters. Government is not proactively working. They said that during this COVID-19 we will give free food to the people. Only giving free food will not be sufficient. Okay, what about health standards? Okay, did you improve on the health standards? You improved a lot in the urban area where a lot of private hospitals were allowed to work on COVID, but what about the other rural areas? Okay, did you strategically change it? Yes, they said the Ayurvedic, you can say doctors are eligible to do operations. Agreed. Okay, this is really a good move. But what about the availability of health clinics to large number of people in the rural area? No benefits. Labor laws being changed in drastic manners. Okay, are they in the benefit for laborers, or are they in the benefits of industrialists? This is a big question. Farm laws are being brought in, okay, for the development of the farm sector, but in what manner they are being provided? Okay, they are for the benefit of farmers, or they are for the benefit of industrialists? Once again, those challenges are coming up. So in a democratic country like India, where you are not focusing on development of the people, we have this big challenges are coming up. In fact, our National Family Health Survey 5, which has given very, you can say, bad figures for India's growth, this is our own output. This is not a kind of response coming from, let's say, any international media. So I think these are the big challenges we have to work on. The indigenous children have to be, you can say, protected because of the malnutrition, and we have stunting and wasted children in a big way. So malnutrition is a big issue. कोविड-19 की वजह से स्कूल चालू नहीं है तो मिड डे मील का क्या हो रहा होगा? दैट्स अ बिग इश्यू. डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज अ बिग इश्यू. ठीक है. सो भैया, ये जो बड़े बड़े देशों में है ना, जो अम्फान हुआ या अपने यहाँ पे से निवार हुआ, इसकी वजह से बहुत सारे लोगों को नुकसान हुआ और डिस्प्लेस करना पड़ा उनको अपने आप को. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ बिग चैलेंजेस आर कमिंग अप, एंड हाउ आर वी रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू बिग चैलेंजेस? दैट्स अ बिग इश्यू फॉर अस. I hope it is very clear to everyone. So is the entire idea of Human Development Index with the ranking and what is the background of this Human Development Index, is that very clear? Great. If it is comfortable for you, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tell to large number of people to be part of Pro Talent for their preparation. Okay? Thank you very much and all the best. I missed out to tell you that on protalentdigital.com you get this PDF free of cost. Okay, thank you. Have a great day.